Whispering Shadows, The Curse of the Old Willow Inn. Lifeshouts.com. In the heart of the mist-shrouded town of Evershade, nestled between gnarled trees and forgotten paths, lay the remains of the Old Willow Inn. Legend had it that the inn was cursed by the specter of its former innkeeper, Madam Hester, who vanished one stormy night, leaving behind whispers of darkness and a legacy of fear. Miles, an avid collector of ghost stories and supernatural encounters, couldn't resist the allure of the Old Willow Inn. Armed with nothing but his camera, a notebook, and an insatiable curiosity, he embarked on a journey to Evershade, determined to unravel the mystery that shrouded the inn. The townfolk spoke of the inn in hushed tones, their eyes darting to the shadows as if fearing Madam Hester might be listening. They told Miles of the strange occurrences that plagued the inn glasses shattering without cause, chilling laughter echoing through the night, and shadows that moved against the logic of light. Undeterred, Miles arrived at the inn as dusk painted the sky in hues of orange and purple. The building loomed before him, its windows like blind eyes, and the door creaked ominously as he pushed it open. Inside, the air was thick with dust and the scent of decay. Miles's footsteps echoed in the empty halls. Each room he explored adorned with remnants of the past, a rocking chair moving ever so slightly, portraits whose eyes seemed to follow him, and a grand piano that played a single, haunting note when he wasn't looking. As night fell, Miles decided to set up his equipment in the main hall, where the air felt coldest and the veil between worlds thinnest. He began to record, calling out to Madam Hester, inviting her to make her presence known. At first, there was silence. Then, a soft, almost imperceptible whisper filled the air. Miles strained to listen, his heart racing as the whisper grew into a murmur. Then a laugh that held no warmth, only echoes of madness and sorrow. The temperature dropped, breath visible in the air, when suddenly the laughter ceased and a figure materialized before him. It was Madam Hester, her appearance flickering between that of a kindly innkeeper and a spectral wraith. Eyes hollow, mouth twisted in a permanent scream. Miles, though terrified, found himself rooted to the spot, captivated by the apparition before him. Madam Hester spoke, her voice a mixture of the wind's howl and the softness of a lullaby, telling her tale of love lost, betrayal, and a curse that bound her to the inn. As her story unfolded, the inn came alive with the specters of its past phantom guests, reliving their final moments, trapped in an endless loop of horror and despair. Miles watched, heart pounding, as Madam Hester's sorrow turned to rage, the inn shaking to its foundations, threatening to collapse. But then, something unexpected happened. Miles, moved by Madam Hester's tale, reached out to her, speaking words of understanding and compassion. He spoke of the power of forgiveness and the chance for peace, even in the afterlife. The air stilled, the specters faded, and Madam Hester's form softened. For a moment, the curse that had twisted her into a creature of vengeance seemed to lift, and a tear formed in the corner of her spectral eye. With a whisper of gratitude, she vanished, leaving Miles alone in the silent, now less foreboding inn. As dawn broke, Miles exited the Old Willow Inn, a smile on his lips despite the night's terrors. He had come seeking a ghost story, but found instead a tale of loss, redemption, and the unbreakable bonds that tie us to this world and beyond. Evershade would never forget the night Miles ventured into the Old Willow Inn, nor the peace that seemed to settle over the place henceforth. And as for Miles, he had a new story to tell, one that spoke of the darkness, indeed, but also of light and the enduring human spirit.